This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. You see, there's a commonality. All of the fighters that have been the proverbial fucking knee and kissed the ring while they were added to Floyd Mayweather. Look at them now. Earl the True Spence, the Charlo brothers, Deontay Tank Davis. They've all heeded, trained up under, or got advice from Floyd. Let me say it again. They all heeded, trained up under, or got advice from Floyd. And look at their boxing careers. Look at them. Charlo. We got Jamal Charlo. We got Deontay Tank Davis. And we got Earl the True Spence. Look at their boxing careers. All of their boxing careers are looking on the up and up. The reason for that is because they understood the cardinal rule of bending the proverbial fucking knee and kissing the ring while they were added to Floyd. Deontay Wilder didn't do this. Deontay Wilder's hard-headed, too prideful. Well, the good book says pride comes before a fall. Let me say it again. No, let the good book say it again. So hear the good book and hear it well. Pride comes before a fall. When a person is too prideful in the way that they comport themselves, in the way that they carry themselves, in their general comportment, it carries over. It leaves a stainage. It leaves a permanent damage that they can't get over. And it finds them in what we call a precarious situation. See, Deontay Wilder didn't want to accept the inevitable fate that he doesn't have it together from a boxing technique standpoint, from just a fighting standpoint. Fighters that are for real about getting to the next level, especially when you're a black fighter, because there's that much more pressure on you. There's that much more of a double standard that's associated with boxing, affiliated with you. You got to do everything in your power to be your best from a boxing standpoint. You got to do everything in your power to get yourself physically to the next level. This is what Deontay Wilder failed to do. You are not going to do it with a guy that you're training with who you knocked out. That was not the answer. The answer of having somebody that's going to train you is someone that's qualified, like a late, great Emmanuel Stewart, who's had champions in and champions out. Lennox Lewis, Vladimir Klitschko. If he was getting trained by someone of that pedigree, and I can name a current one right now, Derrick James would have Deontay Wilder right. See, there's a lot of people out there that Deontay Wilder could seek and basically be in a good position. Ronnie Shields. You got some hellified trainers that would put Deontay Wilder over the top. But Deontay Wilder didn't want to accept it. Deontay Wilder didn't want any of those things. You know why he didn't want any of those things? Because Deontay Wilder has already settled his mind. And you guys want to know how he settled his mind? He settled his mind in what we call a precarious situation of, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to do bomb squad. I'm just going to basically do what I feel is necessary. I'm going to do my prerequisite, and I'm not going to give a flying fuck on how the dice is rolled. I'm not going to give a flying fuck on how the chips stack. I'm just going to do me. Deontay Wilder is a victim. He's a victim of his own pride. He's a victim of his own vainglory. Because Deontay Wilder did not listen to the pristine forefather of PBC. PBC was founded upon Floyd Mayweather. I done told you guys, Floyd Mayweather is boxing and boxing is Floyd Mayweather. That's just like saying Michael Jordan is basketball and basketball is Michael Jordan. Because these guys have mastered their sports. Why wouldn't you want to take heed to the master? Why wouldn't you want to listen to somebody that's virtually unstoppable at what they do? They will uplift you. Just being around them lifts your level up. Let me say it again. Just being around them lift your level up. There's levels to this stuff. There's years. Deontay Wilder was missing levels and he was missing years. And he was missing it dearly. Floyd could have taken it to the next level for this guy. I'm not going to sit here and come up with some conjuring nonsense, excuses about Deontay Wilder. We're not going to do that over here. We're going to tell the truth. We're going to give Tyson Fury the biggest salute of the damn day for getting the job done, for being patient. I saw what Tyson Fury did. Tyson Fury was patient, man. He understood that Deontay Wilder was going to come at him with everything. But man, he was patient. And that's mental fortitude. That's basically having what we would call mental stamina in the championship rounds. Andre Ward alluded to this. The championship rounds in boxing are from round 7 to 12. If you look at round 7 to 12, Tyson Fury took over. Tyson Fury had the mental wherewithal. We're going to give Tyson Fury credit over here, man. Because I know what I saw. I saw a masterclass performance from Tyson Fury in the second half of that fucking fight. The first half, Deontay Wilder came out. He threw good, vicious uppercuts. Deontay Wilder's 1-2 was there. He wasn't following it up consistently, because if he did, he would have had more than 2 knockdowns. Deontay Wilder got lazy with the jab, because everything should have been set it up with the damn jab all throughout the fight. Deontay Wilder's calling card should have been that damn jab, because that jab was single-handedly dismantling Tyson Fury. But Deontay Wilder went away from it. And you know why? It wasn't because Deontay Wilder didn't have it. It's because of that extra 26.5 pounds that a Malik Scott advised him to put on, because they thought and believed that he would have over 250% power. When you are God-gifted with your ability, you don't need to add on to a God-gifted ability. That's a disrespect to the man above. If your ability is God-gifted, then the man above is gifted it unto thee. And the same way the Lord giveth, he taketh away. Let me say it again. The same way the Lord giveth, he taketh away. Because if God gives you a gift, and then you turn around and you feel that you have to amplify, you're trying to amplify the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords' ability. It's going to get taken away from you. If you look at it last night, Deontay Wilder did not have his God-gifted power, because it was stripped from him, because he had the unmitigated gall and the audacity to think that he could take it to the next level and make it even better than what it already was at its natural state. Deontay Wilder is a prisoner of his own self. He's a prisoner of his own doing. And he deserves the fate that he has found himself in a precarious situation of. We're not going to sit here and apologize for Deontay Wilder. We're going to sit here and state the facts. Floyd Mayweather should have been someone who Deontay Wilder counseled. Not no damn LDBC. Not these beta males. Not these inferior yes men. But someone who's done it at a higher level than him. Andre Ward, when Andre Ward was criticizing him, this is an undefeated fighter. He has every right at the highest levels to judge you. He should have fucking listened and paid the fucking attention. But Deontay Wilder is like this modern day generation. They don't want to accept no form of criticism on any fucking level. This modern day generation don't want to accept anything that's going to find them in what we call a precarious situation. You know why? This modern day generation cannot accept the fact that someone is telling them the fucking truth. That someone has the unmitigated gall and the audacity to challenge them, to challenge their mindset, to challenge their way of thinking, to challenge their corpus callosum, to challenge their cerebellum, to challenge their medulla oblongata, to challenge the fact that these motherfuckers ain't got it together. When it's all said and done, Deontay Wilder is a prisoner of himself. He's not a prisoner of anything else. Nobody put a gun to Deontay Wilder's head. Deontay Wilder chose to follow the beta male fate. The beta male fate is basically having a reality TV chick who's already been tossed around, passed around. Basically, she's been used, abused, and you fucking name it. You're Deontay Wilder. You can have any woman in the fucking world. Why do you go and get a reality TV chick? That was strike one. Strike fucking two. Your entourage. These guys look like guys that are clearly using and fucking abusing you. Everything they're wearing, everything that they're doing is coming from you from a financial state. They're basically stripping you dry. And then the third one, the yes men, the LDBC, all of these people telling Deontay Wilder that everything you're doing it, king. Kissing this motherfucker's ass. Worshiping him. Thou shalt not worship no other man but God. But they were worshiping Deontay Wilder, worshiping this man's body, worshiping everything that's associated with this guy. And that's why they're all quiet. That's why they've scattered like la cucaracha, la cucaracha. Yo no puedo caminar. La cucaracha, la cucaracha. Yo no puedo caminar. They're like scattering cockroaches right now. And you want to know why? Because they have to realize the inevitable fate. And the inevitable fate, which is as simple as this, that they need to understand the cardinal rule of the fact that they picked the wrong fucking guy. And when you pick the wrong fucking guy, you end up in what's called a wrong fucking guy's precarious situation. That's what happened to them. They deserve everything that has fucking happened to them. And when it's all said and done, Deontay Wilder, you deserve what has come your way. Because Floyd extended his hand. Floyd basically said, come see me. I will fix you. I will have you fucking right. But did you want to fucking listen? Floyd is the minority owner of PBC. Floyd is looking out for his own PBC by telling you to come to him. But no, you didn't want to do that. You wanted to go listen to inferior males instead of this superior male. And what have you found yourself in? A trilogy where you're on the losing end. You have two stainages on your boxing resume. The first stainage is the glove gate via paid to lose boxing stainage on your resume. And I told you, black fighters cannot recover from that. The second one is the fact that Tyson Fury has one-upped your ass in this fucking trilogy. And there's no fucking excuses. Because this last fight right here, there was no cheating. There was no turning off the cam. Everything happened exactly the way it was. Because Bob Arum and Frank Warren told you there would be a trilogy before the first punch was thrown in the very first fight. Meaning the trilogy was going to be the deciding factor. That means everything was going to be on a fair fight term. And that's exactly what happened. I'm the first one to tell any motherfucker when I smell anything that's cheating in boxing. And there was no cheating last night. Last night, Tyson Fury was patient. And in the second half of the fight, he proved that he figured out Deontay Wilder. Figured out his motion. Figured out his timing. And he got his ass up out of there. So Tyson Fury gets the biggest salute of the damn day. Deontay Wilder is mentally fractured. He's damn near mentally done. Deontay Wilder's rest of his career is going to be the Dillian White levels and lower than that. Anything above that, Deontay Wilder's going to find himself in what's called a precarious situation of him getting fucking exposed. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? On the yeeks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the yeeks. When it's all said and done, this is what happens when you don't bend the proverbial fucking knee and kiss the ring while you at it to Floyd. Devin Haney, you better pay fucking attention to the Wilder and the Fury fight. This is what happens when you don't seek Floyd's advice. And if your rabbit ass don't seek Floyd's advice so that you can be crispier than a fucking three-piece, you are motherfucking next. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.